All right. Well, this is my 2022 video introduction of the whatever's going on with the economy and the world and those who have influence upon the world. Some people say we all have heard of the New World Order, uh, which is mainly a new arrangement of things, which has been done. I mean, it's being done still. The United States and a few other countries were mainly the main areas where production was done and things that had influence. Now that's not the case. We've got China, Russia, and even other places that are starting to uh, take hold. Now, anyway, um, I wrote a little list of things so I could fly through them. Now we've heard about inflation, the news, the paid people, the how can I put it, the puppets have been telling people what they have been told to say. The news just let's put it this way: the people who the puppet head, the puppet, the puppet heads, the talking heads are just told what to say. So they're just going to say that, the media is their mouthpiece, just here, repeat, say this, read the teleprompter. You can modify a little bit, but keep to the story. Anyway, they've been saying about inflation, and you can see it when you go to the grocery and other things. Prices go up because the dollar has been being printed, being created out of nowhere, and that causes more of a dollar to be there than before. Therefore, because of there's more dollars available than before, uh, somehow or another, the products will cost more because I guess more money is being able to be thrown at what is there than before. So therefore, the money becomes less. It's kind of like a girl, right? She might be the only one of the few attractive girls at a high school, right? And she may get a lot of attention from a bunch of guys. Well, then, but then she suddenly there's a bunch of transfer students that come in, about 20 of them, and all these chicks are hot. Okay, comparable to her. Now she's like, she has lost a lot of attention. You see, taken from her to these other girls. Now there's a lot more hotties than there was before. Therefore, she can't really get as much attention from these other guys as she once had because there's more of her. So you might say that's inflation. I don't know, think about it. So the more of something, the less, if you have the same number of people trying to get it, the more of it, the less attention each individual unit gets. Anyway, next one. The U.S. national debt has being increased, and so have other countries. So have many other countries. The thing of it is that, from what I understand, the Federal Reserve has, I think, $9 trillion. They bought $9 trillion so far. The U.S. national debt, which is almost $30 trillion, that is admitted to. And there's apparently some suckers are still buying it. But I think they have to. I think some people have to, like some investments have to, because I think they're required to have a certain amount of U.S. bonds in their investments for when they invest for people. I'm just keeping this very simple terms. I'm not using specialized words here. Now, gold and silver, that has been, well, you know about J.P. Morgan Chase. They've been busted, I guess, again and again for manipulating the gold and silver markets. So they knock the price down, and somehow or another they make money by doing this because they know when. I don't know how it all works, but by buying a bunch of certificates of these things like gold certificates, silver certificates, and it affects the physical price too. So until they can't do that anymore, or their efforts don't affect the price of the physical, they're probably going to just keep on doing it. So next one, the interest rate increase. Well, we hear about that. You know, the Federal Reserve, which is the one who sets the interest rate. The one of the pieces when you go to a bank, you get an interest rate, but a part of that interest rate, there's parts to it, and one part of it is set by the Federal Reserve. So you get an interest rate at the bank, but one part of that interest rate is set by the Federal Reserve. They want to increase that. I guess a number of times, and their increases are so low. I don't think it'll affect anything. The reason why I think they're trying to do that is they're trying to. I won't go into detail on that, but mainly when they have they don't like keeping it low. Let's put it that way. They don't like keeping it low because they'd like to be able, if it was higher, it was like at 5%, it helps them to be able to drop it. But they can't because it's already low. So anyway, there's hyperinflation. That's where the money gets hammered with value. Anything you have in paper is affected by that. Investments, bank, it loses value. And you may have a lot, but if it takes a lot to buy stuff because of hyperinflation, you lost a lot of your buying power because of hyperinflation. Now the stock markets, they're going to probably keep on propping those babies up, make things look good. Stock market must be good. Therefore, if that's good, then everything else must be good. You see, and I won't go into detail on that. There's a lot of stuff to that. Cryptocurrencies. There may be some things that still occur after there's a change when the debt bubble blows up. So I assume the debt bubble is going to blow up. A lot of it just you just let's put it this way. Cryptocurrencies, they'll never be really respected unless they're backed by a government, unless the people have faith. And cryptocurrencies to the general public are looked upon as gambling. It's gambling. And they're very unstable. But if you can get a lot of suckers to buy your cryptocurrency, you can make a lot of money. Now, there may be a digital currency coming to the United States. There's probably going to be those things coming to other countries. It depends whether or not the United States people, I suppose, if they will be comfortable with that, some people might say. We'll see. I'm not going to say much more about that. there's a thing called lab-grown food, meat. We'll probably see more of that, where a piece of an animal can be replicated in a laboratory and grown in a laboratory, which will affect those who raise animals for food. That's probably where it's going to go in the future. Tyson Food, I guess, invested a lot into it. I don't know which stocks, if you want to buy stocks, which ones are the best ones to get. I have no idea. A lot of the companies, I think, don't have you can't buy stock in them yet, like a stock market thing. Now, there's a thing called a black swan event, something that is caused to bring about an excuse. A black swan event is an excuse that is used to as a cover-up for something else that goes bad. Um, it's something that is it is something that's what I get out of it. So, so a blow up of a problem with lending has to be blamed on something where banks will not give all this free money, low interest money anymore, which will affect a lot of things. I won't go into that. I'll make a long video. All right, that's about it. Some thoughts.